Lovely morning to you, sport fans, wherever you are. Good morning and welcome to today's edition of the program Talk Sport right here on Global TV, coming away live and direct from Nigeria's capital city. And we're counting down to the quarterfinal matches of the ongoing African Cup of Nations, if you like call it 2023, or if you like call it 2024. But the big news is that Nigeria's Super Eagles will be taking on Angola tomorrow. It will be the first quarterfinal match to decide the four teams that will make it to the last stage of the final four. And the Super Eagles are in high spirit. We are told that billionaires and corporate bodies are drumming support for the Angola national team. On today's edition of the program, we'll be looking at the All-African Games coming up in Ghana in less than 2 months from today. The Public Relations Officer of the Nigerian Olympic Committee, Mr. Tony, will be joining us live to take to us on how ready various federations in the country are getting set and all that NOC has been doing to ensure that Nigerians excel at the All-African Games and also book a ticket to Paris 2024 Olympics. These and many more will come your way only on Global TV Talk Sport right here in Nigeria's capital city. And I am glad to welcome you on board. My name is Clinton Agbo. Don't go away. Welcome to today's edition of the program Talk Sport from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. Beautiful moment. I strongly believe that you are tuned to the program Talk Sport, Nigeria's capital right here in Abuja. We are taking you straight to Ivory Coast, the venue where a total of 8 teams have getting set for the quarterfinals. A total of 24 teams qualified to participate in the African Cup of Nations. And in the mix of this, only 8 teams are currently on the list. The 8 teams include 3-time champions, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and they'll be taking on Angola. We also have a country that has won it once, and they are playing host. Surprisingly, the Elephants of Ivory Coast sent away defending champions, talking about the Teranga Lions of Senegal. And they are report that the Senegalese football team has accused the Confederation of African Football, CAF, of what they describe as corruption. CAF has made it known, asking Senegal to send in an official report to that matter. Otherwise, they could be sanctioned by the continent's football governing body. Also that have made it to the last 8 include Bafana of South Africa, Cape Verde, Mali, and Guinea. All have qualified for the African Cup of Nations at the stage of the quarterfinals. Nigeria have played Angola severally, but it's on paper that Angola deprived Nigeria in qualifying for the FIFA World Cup in 2006, and it was the introduction of what we call head-on. Global TV will be taking you around to look at the head-on when the 2 teams have met, and a total of who has a superior advantage over. Nigeria is going into the game with the best current African footballer of the year, talking about Victor Osimhen, who was tested and proven that he is capable to lead Nigeria to what they call "Let's Do It Again." The song and the slogan of the Super Eagles indeed is giving the team all they needed. Let's do it again, and they are in the quarterfinal stage. Let's take a look at how many times the both countries have met in both FIFA World Cup, African Cup of Nations qualifiers, as well as international friendly. In 2018, both teams met, and it was at the extra time, and that is in the CHAN Championship, in which Angola ran away with a 2-1 win in that game. And that game was played at the Grand Stade Ibi in Buata in faraway Angola. In 2016, Nigeria played a 1-1 draw in Angola, and it was an international friendly. And in 2012, precisely on the 11th of January, Nigeria and Angola played a goalless situation, and that game was decided at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. It was for academic purpose because it was an international friendly for both teams. In 2005, 18 June, Nigeria and Angola again met at the World Cup qualifiers for the 2006 World Cup qualifiers. Both teams were in Group 4 at the Sani Abacha Stadium. The game ended 1-1 with the former captain talking about Jeje Okocha giving Nigeria the much needed goal in that game. But the 1-1 draw was a heavy setback for Nigeria because Nigeria failed to qualify for the World Cup. In 2004 precisely, talking about 20th June, both teams met and Angola pipped Nigeria 1-0. It's still the qualifiers for the World Cup, and the game was played at Estadio do Sadala, a stadium in Angola. In 2003, Nigeria and Angola played a 2-2 draw. It was the African Cup of Nations qualifiers, and both teams were in Group 1, and that game was decided at the Samuel Igbeneghu Stadium. In 2002, again, the Confederation of African Football paired both teams again, and the game ended in a goalless situation. African Cup of Nations Group 1 was on board, and Nigeria triumphant over them. The Super Eagles, again, in the World Cup qualifier 1990, defeated Angola by 1-0. Both teams were in Group C, and that game was decided at the Lagos National Stadium. In 1989, precisely on the 22nd of January, Nigeria and Angola met. And of course, the game ended in a 2-2 draw. And in the World Cup 1990 Group C in faraway Angola. Of course, both teams have met severally, and the Super Eagles have been always on top of the game. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll be taking you straight to our man who is standing by to tell us how ready the country is in for the All-African Games coming up in Angola. But let's tell you that there will be plenty of quarterfinals matches that will be decided in Ivory Coast. Congo Democratic Republic will be up against Guinea. Guinea sent away Equatorial Guinea, who got the biggest score against host Ivory Coast when they defeated Ivory Coast by 4-0. In another quarterfinal match, the Eagles of Mali will be up against a team called Elephants. The Elephants of Ivory Coast made it stage, having sent away Congo, and they will be up against Mali, taking on Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast have gone down on record as the team that has signed the defending champions, talking about the Teranga Lions of Senegal. And on Saturday, there will be two matches. Cape Verde will be up against South Africa, Bafana Bafana. Bafana Bafana sent away Morocco, a team which is Africa #1 as far as the FIFA's ranking is concerned. The team from South Africa will be up against Cape Verde. Cape Verde had made no mistake in telling the entire football family that they are a team to win. Let's take a break. When we come back, hopefully Tony will be joining us, and we have all the past winners of the FIFA CAF football competition across the continent of Africa. Let's take a break. When we come back, Tony, the public relations officer of the Nigerian Olympic Committee, will be telling us more about the readiness of various federations and Nigeria's participation in this year's edition of the All Africa Games. Please don't go away. This is Talk Sport on Global TV Abuja. Strongly believe that you stay tuned to Talk Sport right here on Global TV, Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. We're bringing you up to speed the ongoing African Cup of Nations and Nigeria's readiness to participate in the All-Africa Game. A total of 23 countries will participate in the All-Africa Game, including Nigeria national team. Nigeria is going into the competition hopefully that some medals will also advance Nigeria's chances of qualifying in the Olympics. The public relations officer of the Nigeria Olympic Committee will be joining us live to give us update on the readiness of Team Nigeria. But in the last meeting with the Honorable Minister of Sport, Nigeria has seen qualify for a total of 9 events in Olympic and hope in the All Africa Games, and hoping that they could participate and increase the chances of having a massive number when the entire Olympic family will storm Paris for the 2024 Olympics Games, which is expected. Now, let's take a look at the ongoing African Cup of Nations and the possibility of teams that have won it a long roll on Global TV. Of course, in 1957, the Egyptian hosted the championship and defeated Ethiopia to make history as the first country to win the African Cup of Nations. It repeated itself in 1959, where they met Sudan in the finals and also a crowned champion. Ethiopia bounced back on the medal table and defeated Egypt in the 3rd edition of the African Cup of Nations. The Black Stars of Ghana became superior in 1963, and Ghana kept their record and also defeated Tunisia in 1965. Congo Democratic Republic, now called Congo Kinshasa, met Ghana in the finals and denied Ghana their third World Championship, and Congo won the African Cup of Nations in 1968. And of course, in 1970, it was Sudan that defeated Ghana in the finals, while Congo Brazzaville defeated Mali in 1972, and that game was decided in Cameroon, bringing Cameroon twice hosting the African Cup of Nations. In 1974, Zaire became champions of the African prestigious football tournament when they defeated the Chipolopolo of Zambia. Morocco became the first country in the northern side of the continent to win the African Cup of Nations, and their victory came when they defeated Guinea, and it was in 1976. And in 1978, the Black Stars of Ghana made known their superiority over as they defeated Uganda in the finals. The Super Eagles of Nigeria became victorious in home soil as they defeated Algeria. Ghana came on board in 1982 after Nigeria's victory in 1980 and defeated Libya. The indomitable Lions of Cameroon's first African Cup of Nations victory was against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 1984, precisely the venue of the ongoing African Cup of Nations, when Ivory Coast staged the entire Africa Cup. It was Cameroon that won it in 1984. Unfortunately for Cameroon, the indomitable Lions of Cameroon have been sent packing by the superior skills of Nigeria national team, talking about the Super Eagles. Cameroon came to the finals again in 1986, and Egypt defeated them. The Cameroonian bounced back to the final in 1988 against Nigeria, and they ran away with the African Cup of Nations. In 1990, Algeria defeated Nigeria in the finals, and in 1992, Cote d'Ivoire became victorious when they defeated Ghana in the finals in 1992. Will they make it? Ghana is out of it, but of course Ivory Coast is still in the race, having sent packing the defending champions, talking about the Teranga Lions of Senegal. In 1994, Nigeria became Africa's #1 team as they defeated Zambia to be crowned champions in the tournament that took place in Tunisia in 1994. And in 1996, South Africa at home soil, of course, they defeated Tunisia in the finals, and Egypt came back again and defeated South Africa in 1998. In 2000, Nigeria hosted the African Cup of Nations in what could be described as co-host between Nigeria and Ghana. It was the indomitable Lions that ran away with the African Cup of Nations, no thanks to the Tunisia referee that denied Victor's Ekpeba spot kicks that gave the indomitable Lions an edge on the 13th of February, precisely the year 2000, and Cameroon ran away with the African Cup of Nations. In 2002, Cameroon made history again with the likes of Samuel Eto'o as they defeated the Teranga Lions of Senegal in the finals in 2002, and the championship took place in Mali. In 2004, Tunisia came on board and they defeated Morocco to become African champions, while Egypt bounced back and denied Ivory Coast, where we have the boys talking about the big boys who are now big men in football, talking about Didi Drogba. He was in action, but it was the Egyptian side that ran away with the trophy. 2 years later, Egypt came back into the competition in the finals and of course defeated Cameroon again. The Egyptians made no mistake in a role. In 2010, they defeated Ghana in the finals, and of course Zambia defeated Cote d'Ivoire in 2012. And in South Africa 2013, Nigeria's Super Eagles won the African Cup of Nations 1-0 against Burkina Faso. 2015, Cote d'Ivoire defeated Ghana in the finals, and Cameroon ran away with their 4th title after beating Egypt. Algeria made no mistake in 2019 and denied Senegal the opportunity of winning their first African Cup of Nations. The Senegalese national team kept fighting, and in 2021, they came on board in faraway Yaoundé, Cameroon, and defeated the Egyptians national team to be crowned champions of the 2021 African Cup of Nations, and have since gone away from the quarterfinals. There will be plenty of matches in the quarterfinals, but let's take a break and find out if Mr. Tony will be joining us once again on the program Talk Sport right here in Nigeria's capital city. Don't go away. Strongly believe that you're still tuned to the program Talk Sport right here in Nigeria's capital city. How ready is Nigeria for the All-Africa game? How ready is Ghana to stage the Africa? How ready are Africans as they head to the Olympic? One man that will be giving us insights, stories on this is the Public Relations Officer of the Nigeria Olympic Committee, our own big professional veteran in sport, Mr. Tony. Tony, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, my brother, and good morning, sports lovers around the world.
There have been series of press releases from your office. Let's look at the latest one. How ready is Team Nigeria for the All-Africa Games, Mr. PRO-NOC?
Well, from all indications, Nigeria is ready. Nigeria is ready and ready to go and win the African Games. This is Ghana's first, and indeed the first time that the games will be hosted across 3 cities. You know, all along it has always been one city event, you know, and all the way. But this time, Kumasi is going to be involved. Cape Coast is going to be involved, and of course the bulk of every competition is going to hold in Accra, where they have excellent facilities that have been showcased around. People have been this have been unveiled and in several ways, and then of course they have rallied meetings, you know, in Accra to discuss latest on the games, you know, and the media has been making inquiries as to how they can get accredited and all that kind of thing. But I think that is an area that will now have some problems, so, you know, and it will be a very sad one for people to hear that Ghana says that the media accreditation would have to be scaled down. I mean, completely scaled down. In fact, I was just told only last night that they have approved only 4 accreditations, and then for the media from Nigeria. And indeed, some other countries are here. They have allocated 2 accreditations for their media, and this is grossly inadequate. You know, of course, various committees are launching a protest. They are lodging a protest with the organizing committee on this particular matter. It's very disheartening. We have had to we almost already we have more than about 28 accreditations, you know, ready to be dispatched to Accra. You know, but the signals we are getting from there is that the things will not be work out well and may have to be resolved the traditional way I have always experienced it. I was at the 87 All Africa Games, then it was called the All Africa Games in Kenya, and then we had to resolve accreditation issues, media accreditation issues right on ground. And again, I was at the 2007 All Africa Games in Algeria. And it had to be at the venue there that media accreditation was resolved, you know. And it looks to me that the tradition is continuing, that there has not been significant improvement as far as media accreditation is concerned, you know. So we have a problem on our hands. I'm sure that many of our people who are ready to be in Accra for the games will protest this very thing. But there's nothing we can do. The owners of the games, the hosts of the games, they have a say in the number of people, number of media that they want to come into their country. Hello?
Yes, Tony. I know that it is difficult to separate the media from the sport, but from what you have just said, it looks that like that's the way in Africa. The both of us were in Rio talking about the Olympic Games and our accreditation. In fact, we travel out of the country with our accreditation. How come in Africa we're finding it difficult to participate in our own game? Can they separate sport from media?
I really doubt, that is our problem. That's one of the greatest headaches that I have now, because I thought by now we could have been improving. And I must not really, exonerate Nigeria from as part of this problem, because when we hosted, I think we also had some problems. Some other countries complained, but we didn't complain because we are the hosts. But what we have on ground now is something that I don't know how to convey it. You were referring to this latest release that are coming from me, but I'm afraid, the one that is going to come now is not going to be happy. It's not going to be a happy one from the media community in Nigeria. There has been a lot of pressures on me and the Olympic movement to to increase the quota and all that, But what we even have, we think that for now we exceeded our quota, because they asked us to reduce significantly. And that means that apart from the press officer that will be attached to the team, they are ready to approve only 4 slots. And I don't know how this will meet the expectations of many media who are day by day reaching us, inundating us with their demands for accreditation. And I think it is a very potent subject, to discuss. And of course, we have decided as an NOC that we're going to protest, but the protest may not, it depends on the hosts. Whatever they say holds. They know why they want to significantly reduce the number of media coming into their home space.
Yes, Tony, we'll come back to that. But some few days ago, you came out with a press release where the president of the Olympic congratulating the Super Eagles. Do you think, what does that mean to the Super Eagles?
Well, the football is also part of the sport that will feature at the African Games in Ghana. The male and the female are supposed to participate if the male team pulls through. And we have always done well. Nigeria has always done well. We were impressed with the outcome of the match against the Cameroon, who have been our traditional foes as far as soccer is concerned. It is either us or them. And this time we were able to bid them goodbye, and in good time too, for them to go and reorganize, because we have a solid from the match. All of our players came up very forcefully, and I'm sure that they impressed everybody, the soccer lovers, and indeed those who are not even, who never loved their sports, or who are not showing propensity or showing love for sports and football in particular. Everybody loved the way they played. It was a reminder of the kind of Eagles that we used to have in the past. The Okocha, the era, our late coach, who was then the Super Eagles captain, Stephen Keshi, and the rest of the of our top players, and many of them have already stormed the Cote d'Ivoire, hoping to give rousing support to our team,
Yes, Tony, let's look at our next match precisely is tomorrow against Angola. And there's a cause for concern because it looks like every corporate body in Angola is rallying behind the Angolan national team. Not only verbal, but they have made series of promises, including the one coming from the presidency of Angola in supporting the team to beat the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Is this a cause of worriness for the national team of Nigeria, Tony?
Well, we are indeed not actually worried, because at the end of the day, it is the 22 men on the pitch who are going to decide everything. No matter how the kind of things you support, the moral, the kind of things you support, you rally money and all kinds of things. They are good though, but it is the 22 people on the pitch who will eventually decide what happens. If we play well like we played, the Super Eagles raised their game against Cameroon, they were dispatched. Cameroons, rallied from all over the world. They tried to give their people to boost their morale and all that. We have people who are boosting our own morale. Only yesterday, only 2 days ago, the president of the NOC was on the same flight with Nwankwo Kanu coming in from London, and Kanu saying that he was immediately transiting and going over to Cote d'Ivoire to go and support the Eagles. All the big people who matter as far as our soccer is concerned, Austin J.J. Okocha, Shego Degbami, they're all there, and they're all giving a boost and telling the Eagles the kind of things that they should hear and how many people are right behind them. In terms of population, of course, we have more than Angola. Angola is a petrodollar country, and no matter whatever they have the money to also give, and I'm sure that in our own right we also have money to give, and so many of our big people are already making promises too, and they know, and Nigeria has always shown more than 100% support to the Super Eagles. And of course, our government has always rewarded them for excellence in soccer. And I know that this one is not going to be any different. And particularly now that this team is doing well and rallying the country, So I have no problem with that.
Well, yes, Tony, I don't know if you remember your headline when the same Angola played a 1-1 draw against Nigeria at the Sani Abacha Stadium. You were very, very active. Can you remember that headline that denied Nigeria the chances of making it to the World Cup in 2006? Should we be very, very worried and very, very careful taking a team that in our own home we played a 1-1? You remember your headline, Tony, in those good days?
My brother, let me tell you, one of the very things that our people rallying around the Eagles have insisted on doing is to remind them that it was this same Angola that denied us a place in the World Cup. So that we are going all out. And in basketball, they have been defeating us in the past, but lately we are their masters. We decide their own fate. They can't decide our fate. They killed them. They killed Samuel Kwaraji, and we remember that very day as a black day in this country. Today, that our people are going to rise tomorrow in defense of the death of Samuel Kwaraji. So that's drive for us. We are avenging, if we meet with every pint of our blood, to ensure victory against Angola.
Victory against Angola from the Super Eagles of Nigeria. You talked about JJ Okocha, one man who got the equalizer for Nigeria when we took on the Angola at the Sani Abacha Stadium. He is in Ivory Coast now, motivating the boys as they take on Angola tomorrow. It will be the first quarter-final game between the two countries, and a win for Nigeria will qualify, and of course a big boost for what Nigeria call let's do it again. Tony, how close is the reality of let's do it again, the slogan of the Super Eagles? Are you aware of that?
Well, in addition to all that,
yes,
I would say that JJ Okocha's commitment is total. And he has even offered his nephew to be on that field and represent his interest. And I'm sure the boy is not going to disappoint him. He will be. He's not going to disappoint him. He will be my own brother. He's not going to disappoint me. He has the spirit of a solid Nigerian all the way from Onitsha. And the Obi of Onitsha has even talked to him that he should go there and win that competition. The father to Iwobi was my junior in Danish Memorial Grammar School Onitsha. And he played in Vasco da Gama of Enugu before that Vasco eventually fizzled out. But the commitment is there, and we wish him all the best. Spiritually, we have reached out to all the gods in Onitsha to go and help that boy, propel him to be victorious.
Victory is what Nigeria and what Tony is crying is victory. Tony, let's look at the various departments. You are a very strong football analyst. In which part of the team you think we can improve? We saw a superlative performance when we took on the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. Which part of the team do you think we should step up our fitness and in terms of skills to overcome Angola in tomorrow's quarterfinal, Mr. Tony?
I think we need the presence of people who will support Osimhen in the attack, to sustain the level, because they're really going to go after our attackers to try to stop them, to try to curtail their movement. Of course, the last one we did, Osimhen became a decoy, but placed all the right balls at the right places. So we want that place to be properly strengthened. Let their understanding continue to flow. And I didn't have problem with our defense, and I hope our goalkeeper, Mwabale, I hope he returns, because he was really a threat. It was really to the attacking formations of our opponents so far. And I wish that he comes back and be part of that team.
That everyone will be in fit. Tony, let's come back to the All-Africa Games. From the last time you spoke, do you have the right figure of how many teams Nigeria will be participating in the All-Africa Games? Can you help us with Nigeria's participation?
A number of teams are available. Some are still. We believe.
Yes, Tony.
I had a call. Somebody was disturbing on my other line, but be that as it may, we are still. In fact, we had a crucial meeting yesterday, still trying to assemble all the teams that are going to be there. But for sure, we are going to be boxing is going to be there. Weightlifting is going to be there. We are going to feature in basketball. We are going to feature in tennis and table tennis. We are going to feature in athletics, of course, which is a key. A key, and then some of it, because we need we still need to qualify for the Paris Games. At the moment, it's only 8 sports, and in addition to but 9 sports that have so far qualified for the Paris Games. So we are still assembling our teams, I was still trying to get these things right. We are going to hold a technical meeting very soon, and that technical meeting is to properly assemble, do the needful, get all the teams that are coming, and then also speak to uh, the federations, their presidents, and their technical input. And then, of course, we're going to pay courtesy call very soon to the head of state, who is the president, who is the grand patron of the NOC, and we're going to have a joint meeting with the Minister of Sports to put everything together. It is only then that we can now uh, put out a proper release stating all the teams that are so qualified, the teams that are going to be at the African Games, and those who are going to rely on mainly for medals, and those who want to qualify for Paris. In addition to the sports that are the 8 athletes that have so far qualified. So that is the thing. So we have not really put everything together. I don't want to quote or continue to quote figures that may not be right. We want, well, after this technical meeting, which is coming on very, very short soon, we're going to be in a position to say, look, this is the team that we're going to present. Of course, you know that there is also a special ceremony. One clear month to the games, will be the athletes will be handed over formally to the Nigerian Olympic Committee, and then told these are the teams, these are the athletes we have got ready to participate in the games. So until that is done, every other thing could be speculations and all that. So, and this is a crunchy time. There's a lot of, we need massive funding, but we're not yet there. We do not want to start excluding or necessarily including any team until we have that meeting. This is very, very crucial.
Tony, since hosting the games here in Nigeria, you became champions. Since Koja, Nigeria has never won the entire tournament. Talking about the All-Africa game. The team you are preparing, Tony, can we come first, second, third? Do we have such chances?
We are not aiming at any, we are not aiming at the third place. We are not aiming at the second place. We are not aiming at just participation. We are aiming for victory. In spite of the fact that the organizers remove some of the areas of our strength and all that, we are undaunted. We are going after the prize, the top prize. And we have always contested this. We have been betrayed in the past by the kind of counting of the medals.
Okay.
So, but this time we are not taking anything for chance. We are not taking chances at all. We are ensuring that our technical people will match all the technical people who are going to handle the event. So we follow through our medals. Like we tried to do at the African Games that we hosted in Abuja.
Mr. Tony, the Public Relations Officer of the Nigerian Olympic Committee, I want to say a big thank you for you for finding time to join us. I know you're preparing to iron your green, white, green ahead of the much win match for the Super Eagles. I want to say a very big thank you for you, for your support, and let's keep praying for the team. Is that your wishes?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And please continue to appeal to the consciences of our people, the government, and the people of Nigeria to continue to support our team, support the Nigerian Olympic Committee, and so that we can get you the win.
Tony, thank you very much. Public Relations Officer of the Nigerian Olympic Committee, appealing for support for the NOC as well as prayers for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, who will be taking on Angola tomorrow. It will be the first quarterfinal match of the ongoing African Cup of Nations. Throughout the weekend, there will be plenty of actions in the African Cup of Nations at the quarterfinal stage. Let's also tell you that Democratic Republic of Congo will be up against Guinea, and that game will come up on Saturday. And still on Saturday, the Eagles of Mali will be up against Cote d'Ivoire, talking about the host country that has finally made it to the finals. Cape Verde, who surprisingly bounced into action, will be against Bafana of South Africa in some of the matches that will be decided in the ongoing African Cup of Nations and far away Ivory Coast. And of course, we told you that the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be in action against Angola. A win for the Super Eagles will take them to the semi-finals of the ongoing African Cup of Nations. Massive support already in Ivory Coast. We're told that the leaders of the supporters club have already stormed the team, and the Nigerian Football Federation has also made it possible for nearly all the past existing players in the country to be in Abidjan for support. Let's tell you that Senegal is expected to officially communicate to the continent's football governing body in what they describe as corruption in their match against Ivory Coast. The Ivorians bounced back in their game and sent away the defending champion. Senegal went into the championship at the group stage and got a total of 100%, but they couldn't fight hard over host countries Ivory Coast, who got humiliated by Equatorial Guinea by 4-0 at the group stage. This morning, we asked for your prayers, we asked for your commitment, we asked for your support for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, just as we did against Cameroon. Hopefully, a better day for Nigeria tomorrow as we take on Angola. That's the size of today's program, Talk Sport, right here on Global TV, Nigeria's capital city. I want to say a very big thank you for you all for having time to join us on today's edition of the program. If you did enjoy yourself, why not join us same time, same station tomorrow for another interesting edition. And I am Clinton Agbo saying a very big thank you to you all for being part of the. Enjoy the rest of the sporting day ahead of you.